Today we will be solving problems involving proportional relationships. Okay, first one says a saltwater tank contains 5 gallons of water for each 1 inch fish. If Ian has a 30-gallon tank, predict how many inch long fish he can have. Okay, so we are going to use proportions in order to solve these types of problems. Okay, our proportion that it gives us here is 5 to 1. So 5 gallons of water for each fish. That means one fish. Now, that fish is 1 inch. Okay, they're just specifying what type of fish, but it's each fish, which is one fish. Okay, is equal to how many fish is equal to how many fish for 30 gallons. Okay, now because x is on the bottom here, I like to rewrite this with x on top. So we are going to write it as 1 over 5. One fish for 5 gallons is how many fish for 30 gallons? And the reason for that is 1/5 is going to be my unit rate per fish. Okay, so I could also write an equation here, y equals 1/5 x. Okay, because 1/5 is my unit rate per fish. Okay, and then we are trying to figure out for 30 a gallon tank. So one fish in 5 gallons. So I'm going to divide here and then multiply by 30. Okay, 1 divided by 5 times 30 is going to be 6. Okay, so x equals 6. So we have 6 fish. Okay, now we can use our equation here that we have, and we would substitute here. If y is the total number of fish, we would have y equals 1/5 times 30 gallons. Okay, 1/5 times 30, and you can see that's exactly what we just did here, equals 6. Okay, so either way you solve this is totally fine. If they ask for a proportion, this is what they are looking for, one of these two things. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. For every 6 inches of height, LaSasha has an arm span of about 1.17 inches, or 1 17/100 inches. If LaSasha is 6 feet 5 inches tall, predict the width of her arm span. Now, they have inches here at the beginning, but then they throw some feet in here, so they tell you you're going to have to convert. So let's do that first. 6 feet 5 inches into inches, and 6 feet is going to be 72 inches, plus 5 is going to be 77 inches. So her height is 77 inches. So if her height is, they give us 6 inches is her height. So we're going to put height on the bottom, and then her arm span on top. Okay, we have 6.17 is her arm span, equals, again, arm span we don't know, and we said 77 inches is her height. Okay, so again, setting up this proportion, we have to make sure that whatever's on the bottom matches and whatever's on the top matches. Okay, this was the ratio of arm span to height in the situation they gave us. So we're trying to figure out, okay, what's the arm span if this is the height? Okay, so we'll do the same thing we did last time, 6.17 divided by 6, and then times 77 is going to give me approximately 79.18 inches as her wingspan, or her arm span. All right, again, you can also do a equation for this one, but because 6 and 17/100 divided by 6 is a really long decimal, I'd recommend just sticking to your proportions on this one. Okay, let's take a look at these other two as well. Emily studied people in her school and determined that 75 out of 100 in her grade could roll their tongues. So 75 out of 100 total people Again, 100 is the total people. Okay, 75 is the amount that can roll their tongue. If there are 1,200 people in her neighborhood, that's the total people in her neighborhood. We're trying to figure out how many of them can roll their tongue. This is my proportion. Again, divide and multiply. Your equation here would be y equals your unit rate, which is 0.75, which is what we get when we do 75 divided by 100. And you would multiply that by the total number of people in the neighborhood. So y equals 0.75x, and x is this 1,200. Okay, either way that you solve it, you are going to get 900 people. Okay, 900 people in her neighborhood can roll their tongue. All right, I'll let you try those next couple on your own. Let's come down and take a look at one of these tables. The time it takes Sonia to mow 1 acre of land is shown in the table. If Sonia has to mow 2.5 acres of land with a push mower, how long does it take her to mow? Now, it gives us a push mower and a gas mower. They're not asking about a gas mower. They're asking about a push mower. Okay, so they give us the unit rate. Okay, so we have 1.25 hours per 1 acre. Okay, and they say, well, if she has to mow 2.5 acres, how many hours is going to take to mow 2.5 acres? Again, this is the proportion. Your equation would be y equals 1.25x. Okay, because again, it gives you the hours per acre. And again, you're trying to find the acres, y equals 1.25 times 2.5. Okay, 1.25 divided by 1 times 2.5. You're going to get the same answer both ways. And you get 3.125 hours. Okay, either way you solve it, you're going to get 3.125 hours. And you can try those last two on your own.